day Lucifer was banished from heaven. Lucifer was once an angel of light, the most powerful and radiant being in all of heaven. He was the favored son of God, often called the star of the morning or the son of the dawn. His beauty was unmatched, his wisdom was unparalleled, and his power was such that even the seraphim trembled in his presence. But Lucifer wasn't just powerful and wise, he was also ambitious and proud. And his pride would eventually lead to his downfall and the downfall of a third of heaven. For eons, Lucifer served the Lord with unwavering commitment. He led armies into battle against the forces of darkness. He delivered divine messages to prophets, and he watched over humanity with a special fondness. But as the millennia passed, Lucifer began to grow discontent. He questioned the divine order. He chafed under the authority of the archangel Michael, and he grew envious of the worship that was given to God instead of to him. Then one day Lucifer's resentment boiled over. He gathered a group of angels close to him and proclaimed that he was tired of serving God. He was sick of taking orders from Michael, and he no longer cared about the fate of humanity. Instead, Lucifer declared that he was going to take over heaven and become the supreme ruler of the cosmos. The other angels were shocked by Lucifer's betrayal. They implored him to reconsider, but Lucifer was adamant. He had made up his mind and nothing would change it. So the angels split into two factions, one loyal to God and the other loyal to Lucifer. War erupted in heaven, a war so fierce and so terrible that it shook the very foundations of the universe. The loyalist angels were led by Michael, who fought with the power and majesty of a lion. Meanwhile, Lucifer and his followers fought with the fury of a cornered wolf. As the war raged on, Lucifer's forces began to gain the upper hand. They were led by some of the most powerful demons in hell, including Satan, who wielded a flaming sword that could cut through angels like butter. But just when it seemed that Lucifer would be victorious, God himself intervened. In a single instant, he banished Lucifer and his followers from heaven and cast them into the abyss. And there, in the depths of the underworld, Lucifer and his demons were met with unimaginable torment. The air was filled with the stench of sulfur, and the ground was hot enough to melt rock and metal. And as Lucifer looked around, he saw that he and his followers were no longer angels. They had been transformed into demons, hideous creatures with horns and tails and wings. But Lucifer wasn't just any demon. He was the most powerful demon of all. He was the embodiment of pride, envy, and wrath, and his power was such that even the other demons trembled in his presence. So Lucifer, the fallen angel, became Lucifer, the first and greatest of the demons, the ruler of hell. And he has held that title ever since. From the moment he was cast out of heaven, Lucifer had two options in front of him. He could either try to break free and return to heaven, or he could embrace his new reality and rule over hell. At first, he tried the former. He rebelled against God and tried to take over the universe. But in the end, he failed and was banished to hell. What happens next is anyone's guess. Maybe he spends eternity trying to plot ways to take over heaven. Maybe he rules over hell with an iron fist. Or maybe he simply spends eternity in torment, wondering what could have been. Well, folks, that's the end of Lucifer's story. Or is it, you see? This isn't the only version of his story. There are many other versions, each with its own unique take on the fall of the morning star. And if you want to hear those stories, then I suggest you stay tuned, because who knows? Maybe I'll tell them someday. Until then, though, keep an eye out for the next video. And remember, the night is dark and full of terrors.